This is Cocos2D Development here, and in this iPhone2D tutorial I want to show you how to add infinite scrolling backgrounds to Cocos2D. While making my last game, I had to solve this problem. I tried to tried to look on Cocos2D forums on this, but I just couldn't find the best solution to do this. So after a few hours of research, I have found really simple solution on how to add scrolling background to the game. So basically we will scroll this image forever. So here it is, trees. It is one of the images from my upcoming iPhone game. Okay, so let's begin. Open up Xcode, create new Xcode project. It will be a Cocos2D application. Next, for iOS, I will call it infinite scroll. Okay, and save it to the desktop. Okay. Now just drag and drop this image into the resources folder. Copy, finish. Okay. I'm gonna expand the Xcode. So here it is. Now let's build iPad simulator. It should take a while. So here we can see the simulator. Okay, hello world. So the first that you have noticed, this app is not for the iPad, so go to Infinite Scroll, Targets, Devices, iPad. And now run again. Okay, it should. Okay, hello world on the iPad. It was really simple. Now go to hello world layer.m and delete all this code. So if we build it now, you will see just black screen. Okay. Now we will begin coding. Code is really simple. Nothing too difficult here. Create two CC sprites. Trees 1 and CC sprite trees 2, and create a void and call it scroll and cc time dt. Okay, like this. Now add this scroll method here. So no issues and no errors. Now let's begin adding two sprites. The idea is we will place one sprite next to each other and move both sprites, and when one of them goes off the screen, or we will move it right next to the second sprite, and it will work like that. I'll show you what it looks like later. So now let's add these two sprites. First one is trees 1, is CC sprite, the sprite with file. The file is trees.png. Add quotes, trees.png. Trees 1.anchor point, ccp 00. I will explain to you what the anchor point means when we build this. Now let's just trees on that position 100, 100. This is not the final position, don't do it. I will just want to show you what the anchor point is. Trees 1. Now let's build. So what is anchor point? Okay, I'm gonna scale 100%. Okay, so here it is. So what is anchor point? Anchor point is basically the point of the sprite, which is not the middle, kind of like an anchor point. So if we have our anchor point is just normal, which is supposed to be, I think it's 0.5 and 0.5, it will be in the middle of the sprite. So if we change its position to 0, 0, it will be here. The middle of the sprite will be here. In our case, I have changed the anchor point to 0, 0, so it's somewhere here on the bottom left corner, 0, 0. So with 0, 0, if we position to 0, 0, it will be here. So this point will be down here. And if our anchor point is 1, 1, if we position to 0, 0, this we won't see any image because this top right corner will be in the 0, 0 position. It might not be the best explanation, but I hope you understood. Okay, so don't forget to add this CG size. The size of this will be the size of the screen. CG size, I will call it size. And size is equal to CC director, share director, and window size. Okay, that's simple. Now our position is 0. And let's make it 100.
Hello world layer dial.
Oops. So here it is. So now let's add second sprite. Trees2 equal to cc sprite with file at quotes trees.png trees2.anchor point equal to ccp 0, 0 trees2.position equal to ccp. Now that's interesting. Trees 1 bounding box dot size dot width and -1. Why -1? If we place them next to each other and move them, sometimes we will see one, like the black line flickering between them. To solve this problem, one of the sprites has to overlap another one by 1 pixel. And this trees bounding box is the tree sprite box dot size dot width. So this code gets the width of trees1 sprite, and trees1 to the position ccp. Okay, y will be 100. ccp.y 100. Okay, now let's add second sprite. Add child trees2. So now if we build, we won't see the second sprite. So here it is, just the first sprite. Now we will add the scrolling. I'll go down to this scroll method and let's begin. So trees 1 dot position equal to CCP trees 1 dot position dot x minus 1 trees 1 dot position dot y. So what this code means, so we will change the tree's position to CCP tree's position dot x minus 1. We will move it 1 pixel left every time we call scroll method, and trees dot position dot y will remain the same. And now let's do the same thing with the second tree. Trees 2. Now let's what's it called? Now let's schedule this scroll method. Self schedule at selector, I will call it at selector scroll, and interval 0.01. Now let's build it. As you see, it scrolls pretty slow because in the simulator it should be okay on the actual iPad device. Well, actually, let me make it faster. 0.05, like this. So as you see, it moves really slowly. It will work better on the actual iPad device. Never test the FPS or anything on the simulator. It won't work correctly. So as you see, it scrolls and scrolls and scrolls. Let's wait a minute. I want to show you something. Come on. Okay, as you see, this is the end of the second image, and the scroll is basically over. So how to prevent this? We need to add 2 if statements. The first one will be if trees 1 dot position dot x is less than minus trees bounding box size dot width. So basically this line of code checks as if trees dot position dot x, the lower left corner of the sprite, is completely out the screen. So change the sprite position to trees dot 1 dot position equal to CCP trees 2 dot position dot x plus trees 2 bounding box dot size dot y. Oh, excuse me. And now let's do the same for the second sprite. If trees 2 dot position, trees 2, trees 2, trees 1, trees 1, trees 2. What this code does, if the left corner of the sprite is completely off the screen, so it's further than the minus trees bounding box, so it's completely off the screen, we'll move the tree sprite next to the trees 2 sprite, so we'll move it to the right. And if the trees 2 sprite is completely off the screen, we will move the trees 2 sprite to the right side of the trees 1 sprite, so it looks like completely infinite scroll. So now let's build. I will change the interval to 0.001 because it's really slow in the simulator and we need it to work faster. Okay, so you see let me edit some code so it moves faster. We don't have enough time to wait so long. Okay. So as you see, it moves. And it should move infinitely. Forever. I'm sure that this code is not the best you can write, but it works. And you might want to optimize it with visible or not visibles to hide the sprite when it's not visible. If you use longer sprites or not just 2 sprites, it will save you some RAM. So as you see, it scrolls forever. And if you want to see how it works, we will kind of like on zoom. So self.scale equal to 0.4. We will make this screen smaller. Not the screen, the Cocos2D view. So here it is. As you see, there are 2 sprites here. They're connected here. So when the left one goes off the screen, it goes to the right side of trees 2 sprite. And when this one goes off the screen, it will go here. And this will do the same forever. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you like this tutorial. Please follow me on Twitter at Puchkov and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out SDK tutorials, Cocos2D and the App Store. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.